be able to share my screen.
Should I appoint you as a host?
We can try.
Yeah, let me try. Make host. Change host.
Yes.
You're the host right now.
Thanks you. All right, can everyone see the screen? Great. Hello everyone, my name is Adam Kang. I'm going to be presenting to you about TONLend, the truly scalable decentralized finance network. I'd like to first begin with recognizing that DeFi has a scaling problem. And what I mean by that is there's several pain points that currently exist in DeFi. The first, which is that self-custody is difficult and it's complicated to use for non-crypto natives. Self-custody wallets like MetaMask currently are difficult to integrate with everyday real-life commerce. And there's a fragmentation of the DeFi landscape that cannot take advantage of network effects of users. So further on that, the reason why Web3 has not been generally mass adopted yet. I've been following crypto since 2017. I was an early buyer of Bitcoin, Ethereum. And what we've seen, it's been about 8 years since Ethereum started, is there's still only 300,000 active users of Ethereum, the user base, right? And if you compare that to numbers that are expected when investors invest into Web2, they expect millions of growth within 1 to 2 years. There's clearly a scaling problem and a bottleneck for Web3 and DeFi. The game changer for us, I believe, is TON and Telegram and the native integration with close to 1 billion of these active users. Our vision is to build the world's largest DeFi network, built on TON and Telegram, and we believe that this is possible due to the many advantages that come with TON and Telegram. Let's consider the network effects, as I mentioned, of 1 billion users. Telegram allows for ease of commerce. Crypto to fiat off-ramping, this is a possibility. We're talking to TPay for this kind of integration. There is an ease of asset transfer now. You can send crypto from wallet to wallet by the same Telegram account. It has a smooth Web 2-like user experience, and this is what's been missing in DeFi. And there's ease of use by using the TON and Telegram ecosystem, especially for users that are new to crypto. And best of all, it's open source and self-custody. And these are the advantages that TON and Telegram can provide that I believe no other DeFi network can do. Okay. And let's also consider freedom to transact with your own privacy and security. And the scalable nature of open source and fancy and TAC programming languages that now is available for developers to build on. And access to the TON decentralized finance ecosystem, anyone can use Telegram anonymously now. Thanks to dApps like Fragment and being able to use the anonymous number. This provides a way for anyone to be able to self-custody their assets and do commerce worldwide, all from your user account. We're very excited, especially for the announcements last week during Coding 2049, that Telegram is integrated with TON. And again, the network effects are too hard to ignore. We have close to 1 billion monthly active users and 10 million new signups every week. Our vision is to bring blockchain to the mass adoption via Telegram for all. We believe TONLend can be that worldwide mass adopted platform for earning, borrowing, and lending. And that concludes my presentation about TONLend. My name is Adam Kang, and if you'd like to follow us for more updates, you can just scan this QR code and join our communities on TONLend. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alex. Okay, let's hear some review from judges.
So, what is your background, and do you have any past experience so you can focus on lending protocol? Yeah.
Was the question you're asking about my past experiences?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, happy to share that. So currently I'm a co-founder and general partner of OD Capital. So we're a Web 2.5 venture capital that invests on DeFi and infrastructure cross-chain, but we have invested in ecosystem projects as well. And projects that are solving for the gap between Web 2 and Web 3. And that is where we believe there's kind of a missing value creation opportunity. And we recognize this in DeFi, and TONLend is one of those solutions that we believe can truly scale for mass adoption. So before that, I used to be head of VC for a decentralized AI GPU network based out of Seoul area. I was also head of marketing for decentralized identity protocol in Australia. Over the last 3 years, I've been living nomadically and sharing deal flow with over 190 institutional capital partners, and was able to build a crypto network across 6 continents. So we'll be leveraging that, obviously, for opportunities for TONLend. Prior to this, I was a founder of the Web 2 space twice, one time in Tokyo, one time in Singapore. In e-commerce and nanomaterials, both were venture-backed by entrepreneurs first, then SG Innovate, and then in a prior life, I was working for 8 years in the US in corporate risk management and in a number of insurance companies, and was also the head of risk for Actors and Blizzard at one point. So, yeah, I hope that answers the question about experience.
I think you want to fit the simple define the problem. And I'm wondering that I don't know what is the architecture that you want to build. Can you show me the architecture?
I'm sorry, it's hard to hear. Could you repeat the question?
Can you show me the architecture of the net? Your project, you said that you want to build the simple problem. I don't know how to do it.
I'm really sorry. I just really want to hear the question, but it's hard for someone to hear from the Zoom.
Could you go back to the architecture slide? The architecture.
Architecture, sure. Are you done on this? I'm not sure what you're referring to. This one? Sorry. The solution slide here.
Okay, I have a follow-on question, maybe 2 questions. Do you see yourself integrating into App Wallet? Or doing some kind of integration with
Into App Wallet, yes.
App Wallet? And how would that look?
Absolutely, we're talking to App Wallet. Right now it's just early stage conversation, but we're exploring what kind of integrations we can build together.
Gotcha. The second question, kind of the holy grail of maybe DeFi lending at some point is going to be not doing it over collateralized, having some sort of credit system or some sort of credit scoring on chain or something like that. I don't really think anyone cracked it. Teller Finance is kind of done some interesting stuff. How do you see the under collateralized lending work? Like, what kind of infrastructure would you need to build out to facilitate that?
Certainly, I think it's an interesting space that is, takes on a little bit more risk. So I look at that as kind of like a second horizon roadmap for us. We obviously start with over collateralization, and then once the network becomes liquid enough, then we can consider how we can pull in data points with other players that might have resources that can provide excellent data on risk scores and credit behavior of Telegram users. We also want to see what kind of integration we can pull in for that, and whether it makes sense to do it ourselves. That is something that we have to consider down the road. But I think it is an opportunity that needs to be built in DeFi. Telegram and TONLend is an excellent platform to do that. I think decentralization needs some sort of centralized platform for the network effect, and I think that's the missing piece for massive adoption here.
Awesome, thanks. Yeah, for builders out there, I think quite frankly, the social side of creating a social score or credit score within Telegram while maintaining the kind of privacy and ethos of Telegram is a great design space for you innovating in.
TONLend requires support for Oracle. How do you plan to address this?
Sorry, TONLend requires, could you repeat that again?
TONLend requires support from Oracle. How do you do this?
Yes. So we are aware that Foundation has been actively seeking partnerships and established large-scale Oracle service providers from the beginning of the year. We intend to follow a development project similar to Compound early stages, where we will initially use our own Oracle solution. These major Oracle service providers, when they come on board, will gradually transition.
Okay, let's give it up for Adam.